Okay, we are on. This is the final episode of the Mindset series for our theme in July. We've gone over stress management, we've gone over focus and concentration, and we've gone over emotional regulation. I think it's a little bit out of order, but we went through those things. And today is going to be resilience building. And what comes to mind when you think of resilience, Ramon?
Yeah. Resilience. Now, you said resilience building, right? So we can talk about
Yeah.
what resilience is and I'll kind of define that. But to build it, the first thing that comes to my mind is just allowing yourself to go through hardship. I mean, when you go through hard times, it's not fun or it doesn't seem fun as you're going through it. But what that does is build resilience. So, going through hard times, hard things, hard situations is actually good for you because once you come out of it, you'll look back and then realize that it really wasn't as hard as I thought or as I was making it out to be. And actually, it helped me. It showed me what I was made of. It revealed to me more of who I am. And it helped me to see how strong I am. Right. So, we can define resilience.
That would definitely be a good idea because how is anybody going to build what they don't know?
Yeah.
Right. Want me to go over it?
Yeah.
I just looked on the little AI assistant that I have, and it says the ability to recover from setbacks, adapting to change, keep going in the face of adversity, and it can apply to individuals, communities, organizations, and systems. Psychology resilience is often associated with coping mechanisms and mental strength, exactly what we were talking about with the mindset.
So,
How would you say it then?
yeah, I mean, that's perfect then. So so then that's a great definition that, I mean, for me, it doesn't really need much explaining, but I like to use analogies. So I think sports is a good analogy for this because whatever sport you like watching, say if you like football, then, sometimes teams might be getting beat pretty bad, right? And then in the fourth quarter, come back and end up winning the game, right? How does that happen? Well, it's resilient in the face of adversity. They find a way to battle back and come back stronger and win the game. That would be my analogy to use for that. I'm glad you read the definition, Jim, because it goes back to what I just said. Like when you go through hard times, that does build resilience. You can go through hard times and just curl up in the fetal position, stay there on the floor and not do anything, or you can get up, dust yourself off. And like I said, look back and think about, well, what did that teach me? Yeah, I got hit pretty hard and fell down and everything, but what did I learn from it? Oh, I learned that I get back up again and come back stronger. And I learned what I was made of, right? So to me, that's what comes to mind. But what about you?
Right. Well, a couple things. One is my favorite story. I might have mentioned it before. I don't remember on this podcast. If it's not in any of the previous episodes, it's because it was one of the first two seasons that was erased when Spotify punished us when we changed platforms. The full first two seasons erased. I think 15 episodes the first season and 36 for the second. It seemed like a long time because we had to take a hiatus a year in between each one because we started it in 2020. The first example would be the pandemic, all the setbacks from that, and all of the restaurants and businesses that are still here. Well, they had resilience because they didn't go out of business. The other one is my favorite story that I was trying to say is, and I think there's a movie on it, the 300 with the
Um,
Spartans.
yeah.
They only have 300 people that beat everybody, so that's resilience. I mean, any soldier that has been in a battle, you know, they weren't able to beat all of those people by being sissies. They were raised from 7 years old on, they called it the agoge. And so they prepared their youth from 7 years old on with their mindset, proper mindset, going back to the mindset physically and the knowledge in the humanities. I mean, just how to be with people, taught them things about the world. I mean, just the humanities, everything. And so they had a well rounded education. Also, it was discipline. They live with each other. part of that discipline is getting beat down a little bit at a time so that they can build that resilience. And when you work out, you're breaking down your muscle
Yeah.
and then it gets injured and inflamed. And when it heals, it gets bigger and
Yep.
stronger. And that is metaphorically what we want to do in our lives.
Right.
I try to lead by example. I believe that we try to lead by example. I know you do too, Ramon, to demonstrating that in our own lives. I mean, this podcast is an example of resilience
Right.
because it could have died out. I could have just quit
Right.
and just not continued. But look at us. Here we are, still going, still
Yeah.
trying. I believe I have a lot of wisdom, and you and Debbie as well. We have a lot of wisdom to share that can bring value to your lives. With all of the struggles that I've been through in my life, I want to provide what I wish I would have had
Mm.
back in the day. Somehow, in sharing this, makes all of my struggles feel like I've not gone through it for nothing. It gives a little bit of purpose to all of the things, all of the struggles and setbacks that I've been through, that they
Right.
can be a cautionary tale for whoever's listening, that it can be an inspiration, but also a cautionary tale, not to repeat the same mistakes that we've made
Right.
and to move forward. Now, there's going to be some things that you are just going to have to learn on your own, no matter what somebody tries to prepare you for. There's going to be things that you are not prepared for, just like the stress and all that kind of stuff. You're going to have to know how to deal with that. And part of that resilience building is going to be able to, that's going to help you with your stress management, going to help you to focus and concentrate, and it's going to help you with your emotional regulation. It's all tied together.
Wow. Beautifully said. And yeah, I mean, before we cut out, I want to say that again, especially for our young people listening, when you go through rough times, hard times, first of all, it's not going to be the world for you. If things kind of feel like they're falling out of place, just know that the grand scheme of things probably falling into place for you. So don't be afraid to go through hard times and, definitely go through it. When we say go through hard times, it's like go through it, keep going, don't stop, don't curl up in the fetal position and stay there, go through it because you're going to come out. And, when you come out, I like to say, ask yourself, what did you learn? Jen just mentioned that repeating the same mistakes. Well, how do you know what mistakes not to repeat if you don't have some kind of self-reflection? Like, okay, well, what did I learn from that? What was the universe or God or life in general try to teach me? That's what I like to say. That's what I do. That's my life really started turning around is when I started saying, okay, when things don't go my way, if I go through hard times, what did I learn from that? What did it teach me? That way you can not only know what mistakes not to repeat, but you just learn more about yourself and what you handle. You come out strong. Just like Jen said, when you go lift weights in the gym, you got to break that muscle down. It builds back stronger. So that's what I say. What you got, Jen?
Well, and then I would add to that, the biggest rewards go, I mean, when people were rewarded, let's say in those times, or any warrior, the ones who fight the battles and come back victorious, or at least the ones who tried, those are the ones that are honored, not the ones that stay home and don't want to take any responsibility, that don't even want to try. Their uniforms are all pretty. They didn't get them soiled and they might have thought they were being a big helper, but they didn't go out and fight those hard battles. Those are the ones that fight the battles are the ones that get the biggest rewards if they make it through.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Oh, well said. Well said. All right, guys. That was another great conversation. We look forward to seeing what you guys have to say in the comment section.
Oh,
They do
please.
get read. So let us know what you want to hear more of. We appreciate that. With that,
Stay curious.
all right, let's say goodbye. Keep shining, guys, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.